Well, what do we got here today? What am I in the mood for? What we got here? We got any, mini, miny, mo. Oh, what we got right here? What's it? We got the 10.1 Octomore. It's in the building. Yes, sir. Sit at 107 parts per million peated. What it is? 59.8% alcohol. He ain't playing no games. That's nice and heavy. But you know, I like round numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and just say we got 60% alcohol. I like a whole round number. Let's just round that off. Y'all been wanting the 10.1 review after the 10.3. You've been calling for it. So here it is. Don't you worry. We're going to get right into it. Or we definitely going to get into it. Nice little 10. We better break it down and get right into these notes. Let's do it. Yo, what is going on? Your boy is back at it. Another hot review for you. You already know what time it is. It's Drams on deck. We got the Octomore 10.1. So this one right here, I copped this recently. I had the 10.3. A lot of people like that review, and they want to do a side-by-side comparison. So first things first, before we get to the 10.1 versus 10.3, that'll be a separate review. I just want to give his own time, because this one right here is great in itself. So I figured I want to give this his own opportunity, just introduce you to 10.1, and at a later date we can go ahead and do a side-by-side. We'll get to that down the line. But right here, 10.1 Octomore is in the building. Yes, sir. And if you've seen any of my other reviews, I definitely love my Octomores. I like my sweet peats. This is definitely one of them. As stated, you know, this right here is sitting at just under 60%. It's 5 years old. And this one right here is usually going to be a little bit cheaper than the 10.3. And also it varies on where you live at as well. So for me, I live in Southern California. 10.3 around here runs you roughly around $250. That's just the ballpark. You know, you may get it higher or lower, but ballpark is around $250 for second market price for the 10.3. 10.1 normally around here is running around $200. So it's around $50 less in this Southern California market. So this one right here is a little bit. This has a little bit more quality made. I think there's, based upon this bottle, it is 42,000 bottles of the 10.1, and I believe it's only 24,000 or so of the 10.3. That being said, like I said, $50 difference. They're both going to be for pretty much great products. I definitely was happy to have one, and so I definitely stocked up on my 10.3. I said, let me get a 10.1 added to the collection. So here it is, 10.1 on deck. Yes, sir. 10.1. Now these right here are the lowest ppm parts per million peated brutalates that they have came out with. Obviously, all the earlier expressions have been higher, more peatier ones. So these right here are the lowest peated ones, and actually they are, in my opinion, awesome. I've had some other Octomores, we'll get to that later, but the 10s, I actually love the 10s. Brutalize makes it a nice introduction into peat. So if you're not into peat, there's some people who are not peat heads, but they can try, even though it's the most technically peated whiskey line that there is out there. The way that it's so seductive, so nice and mellow, the way it introduces you. So you're definitely going to get a nice mouthful of peat, but the way it's done, it's done in a way that is not overwhelming, that is very, very approachable, and in my opinion, is you know, bar none, is some of the best peated whiskeys out there, in my personal opinion. That being said, we're going to dive right in it. Let's take this nose right here, and let's see what we got on this nose. That's a nice, subtle nose. And truth be told, I'm not huge on noses, but these right here smell good. And the reason why I say that, because most peated whiskeys, when you nose it, I mean, obviously, if you put it like 2-3 feet away from you, you're definitely going to smell it. But even this one, I smell it, but it's very nice, approachable. It's not like knocking me out. It smells like nice, smooth mesquite, oak. You get a little bit of the campfire, but not a huge ash. I get campfire wood, a nice gentle smoke on here. Pick up some kind of And there's the fruit. It smells like an apple, like a little small pear or apple. A little bit of salt. You get a little bit of more like that sea salt type of smell. A little small briny character to it. Like a little zest too, like I don't know, like a lemon zest. So you get the smoke, the wood, like I said, a little bit hit of the pear, that salt. It's all rolled up in there. It's a very nice, pleasant smell. Like I said, this is young. It's only 5 years old. And if you can see the color on it, it is very, very light. It's a very light. It's not chill filtered, 5 years, so it's pretty young, and it has a very, very light color to it. It looks like the color of a very light apple juice. Very light, and man, it's a nice, pleasant smell. Like I said, I'm not a huge nose guy, but I definitely like to smell these Octomores. To me, the nose is very turned on this, and I really enjoy this, man. I really do. That said, I don't want to hold it in any longer. Let's just dive right into the notes on this palate, and let's see what we got. That first one, let it go down, let it coat the palate right now. That first sip is acclimating and kind of slightly numbing my taste buds. It's tingling a little bit with that, you know, that first one. If you feel, normally I feel like a little punch on the very first sip, but after that it goes away. Almost similar to, let's suppose, when you wake up in the morning, you put some Listerine mouthwash in your mouth, swirl it around. I was very tingly, very strong. And then let's suppose you spit it out and then you take another sip right after that. That second sip, you ain't gonna feel nothing really, because that first one already opened you up. The same way with me on these, you know, especially some high ABV. First sip, coastal palate. Second one, really saturated. I can really dive into these notes. Let's go. This one here is in there. This, you pick up a lot of salt on here, you know. So to me, the smoke and the salt is very prevalent. You get a nice punch of the campfire, a little bit of ash, but in a very nice monotone way. It's very, don't get me wrong, you definitely get the peat, but it's very, very approachable. And then that salt really kicks in there. And then you get a little bit of oak. The salt, the peat smoke, and the oak are the three things I taste most. And then you get a little bit of that lemon in there. Cuppers out. So you get lemon, that salt, that oak, that smoke, all rolls in there pretty nice, man. Normally I don't really put water in my Octomores. I love them the way they are, but just for the review purposes only, I'm gonna pour just a little bit of water in there just to see if it opens it up or changes the complexity in any way. Like a 60%, so it can take a little bit of water in there just to see where it opens up. But while it's doing that, man, I'm telling you right now, this is a hitter right here. It definitely is, man. I like it, and I think one of the ways where just off the bat I can tell that it differs from the 10.3. The 10.3 has a very flagrant, that peach-like flavor that you pick up on the 10.3. You don't pick that up on here. So instead of the peach flavor, you get more of that sea salt, that oak, and that little bit of that lemon. And so that's the same thing. So the peat level is pretty similar. The major difference, so you know, on here instead of the 10.3 being barbecue peaches and you getting the meaty smoke, on here you're getting the meaty smoke, but instead of the peach flavor, you get more of the sea salt, the oak, and the lemon. You're getting those three things. That's what you pick more. The salt is definitely prevalent on here. So me see if the water changes the nose in any way. One thing I pick up different on the nose is more salt. So you get a little on the nose. I pick up slightly more, definitely more sea salt on the nose. But the smoke character is still there. The wood's still there. That little bit of that lemon still there. But definitely the salt kicked up just a little notch on the water. That's it. Let's take this sip. Tastes the same. I didn't pick up anything different from the couple drops of water. Still turned up with the salt, smoke, oak, a little bit of that lemon. That's what I pick up the most. I get just a fade hint of pepper, just a faint hint of it. So, oh no, you get the spice. That salt pepper is going to add flavor in that spice. You get that lime and that smoke. That's what you pick up on here. The fruit element that you pick up in the 10.3, you don't pick up really on this one. It's more of the salt, a little bit of that pepper, that lime. That's what's more prevalent on here. Still a good, very good dram. 10.1 in the building. So for me, man, judging this 10.1 as it is, compared it, you know, basically to itself, man. Matter of fact, let me take one more sip. There's one more sip. One more. It's in there, man. It's in there. So, that being said, 10.1 in the building. Like I said, salt, lime, pepper, you get that brine character, you get that nice smoke, campfire, all mingled in one. Rating this 1 to 10, 10 being the best for me, 10.1. I give this a 9. I give this a 9 out of a 10. And if, you know, I think that the 9 is a pretty solid because it's not sweet per se, but you get spice, you get flavor to it. So for me, I definitely enjoy this. This is a very good dram. It's not easy to find, it's not cheap, but it's solid. So for me, I kind of, like I said, it's in the 8.5, 9, more towards probably a 9 in the flavor. Obviously, if I factor in the availability of it, the price of it, it's not easy to find, it's not cheap. So, you know, I would have to maybe take a half a notch if I factor in availability and price and take it to an 8.5. But we're just, you know, putting it on flavor, I'll probably give it closer towards a 9. It's definitely in there. It's not, like I said, you're not gonna pick up as much sweetness as you did from the 10.3. It's gonna get, definitely the salt is kicked up on here, the pepper, the lemon. So this is very good. It's not the 10.3, but it is very good. Nevertheless, man, I like this. I'm definitely glad to have it in the staple. And that being said, man, you know, I definitely hope that this video helps y'all because I know, I think off of my last Octomore video, a lot of people were asking about the 10.1. Do I think it's a good buy? I mean, it depends upon about the price tag. I mean, if you can get it for a good price for what I paid or less, I think so. I mean, it definitely had. If you like, I will say that if you cool with the sea salt character, that brine and a little bit of that pepper, if you like those flavor profiles, I would say yes. If you're getting a 10.1 thinking that it is a similar exact version of the 10.3, then I would correct you, say that's not the case. There is a difference. So if you're expecting the 10.1 to taste like 10.3, that's not going to be the case. This is still good in its own right. It's different, but I still enjoy this. So like I said, 10.3 is just a totally different animal. This is very good still in its own right. So for me, it's an 8.5 on overall, and then factor in the value. But 9, when we're talking about just flavor profile, I think it's pretty close, leaning towards a 9. I really enjoy it. 10.1 in the building. And so also, I put it out in my previous video, 10.3, that I ordered some more Octomores offline. So I ordered 2 more, so I ordered the 10 years. So these are specifically Octomores that you will not find in your local store, more than likely. If you do, it's going to be few and far between if you do find it. So I went to one of my favorite go-tos, which is the Whiskey Exchange, and I specifically wanted a 10-year. As you know, the 10.1 is a 5-year, the 10.3 is a 6-year. So I ordered 2 Octomore 10s, meaning 10 years. Not 10 as in the version 10, but 10 years old. One is a version 1, version is a version 2. And this right here, I got this not too long ago. This is the Octomore version 10 years of version 2. This is the actual tin that it comes in. I like the little tin. It's very silver, has a red top, very distinct. I actually like this. The parts per million on this bad boy right here is 167 parts per million. There's only 18,000 bottles of these. So there's 42,000 bottles of the 10.1 of the second edition 10 year. There's 18,000 bottles. This is the 10. The review for this will be coming soon. This is the bottle for it. This is the nice little red top Octomore. This is, like I said, the 10-year second edition. And as you can see on the back, UK. I got this off of Whiskey Exchange probably about 3 weeks ago or so. And so this is it right here. So I have bottle number 11,198 out of 18,000. And this was a limited release. And like I said, these right here, you're probably not going to find at a store. If you do, good luck. You know, it's definitely going to be more expensive. Definitely is. And this is the first version. This is the Octomore 10 right here. It's pretty much, the bottle looks almost spot on to the 10.1. It's not a vast difference, you know, pretty close. Another UK bottle, Octomore 10. The parts per million are exactly the same. So for this first edition, second edition, this is the first, that was the second. They're both the exact same, 167 parts per million. This is a limited release as well. So these right here, like I said, it's a 10-year. It was from a 2008 vineyard. So those reviews will be coming soon. So just putting it out there. Stay tuned for those. I got the 2 10 years, 10.1 in the building. It's a good one. And, you know, hopefully these videos can help you out. So if you are, you know, want to try different things, you know, I feel, you know, so for me, before I started doing reviews, I really looked at, you know, online columnists, journalists, and YouTube reviewers as a pretty much a staple to help educate me on different bottles that I did not try it, I did not know. So hopefully I try my best to educate you guys and give you as much content as I can, let you know where you can get it from, the price, availability, what it tastes like, you know, what's similar to it, the whole 9. So hopefully you can definitely use this, and you know, and if it's something that you want to do, if you like a 10.3, you think about 10.1, hopefully the flavor profile will help you out. As I said before, it is definitely a good dram. It definitely is. The 10 series in itself is good. So it's definitely good. Like I said, different flavors you're going to get. Definitely more salt, pepper, lime is in the campfire ash, which you pick mostly on this. But definitely, all in all, a great dram, man. If you need any questions, please feel free to hit me up. I'm here for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give me information, I give it back to y'all. We're one big circle. We one big old happy whiskey and dram family, man. So hopefully you got something out of that, man. Definitely we'll be coming out with more heat, as you can see. So stay tuned. If you like it, please hit the like button, subscribe button. If you feel like this is something that you like to see more often, hopefully you'll stay tuned for more heat I got your way. Drams on deck, yes sir.